Spirit Media.
I'm an Angelic Reiki master, and so Angelic Reiki is a beautiful healing modality that was channeled through to Kevin Core back in the late 90s, and it's a system that's channeled directly from the Angelic Kingdom. Well, as a little girl I always did see energy, and I didn't understand that other children around me couldn't see what I was seeing. I always felt beautiful energies, beautiful love, and somewhere along the line I lost that feeling. Ended up getting married very, very young, going through incredible depression, eating disorders, just lost myself, lost the way. And during this time I still occasionally was able to see the beautiful energy around me, but just pushed it away. Really, I wasn't ready to deal with that. I was so in the depths of darkness, I suppose, if you like, doing all the 3D stuff. I had 4 beautiful children. Started to drink too much, lost myself with drink, and was just desperate. And I remember during that time having the most incredible, beautiful dreams that I know now weren't dreams, beautiful divine dreams, where I was shown that there was another way, and I wasn't supposed to be doing what I was doing, and it was time to wake up. The silly thing is, I knew obviously at a conscious level that I should be waking up, because I remember walking down the street one day and verbally saying out loud, "I'm not coming yet. I know you're calling me, but I'm not coming yet." So determined was I to stay in the depths of misery. And then one day, fast forward probably about 6 years ago now, I was sat there and I had a map in front of me, and I wanted to stick a pin in the map because I felt so worthless and useless. I felt that I was an awful mother, and I just didn't want to be here anymore. I'd always felt like I was a square peg, trying to fit into a round hole, a bit of a black sheep of the family. And as I was shifting more and more into that depths of darkness, if you like, I didn't see a way out. Anyway, I was sat there one day with the map, and I didn't know what I was going to do when I put the pin in the map. I think in my head I thought, right, okay, I'm just going to go there to wherever this place was. I kind of fantasised it would be Greece or somewhere sunny, and I was going to stay there until my money ran out, and then after that I think I had in my head that I wanted to leave this incarnation. And as I sat there, I suddenly heard the loudest voice that you could hear, and it was, "Jane, it does not have to be like this." And from there I actually listened, and I thought, oh my God, who was that? Who spoke to me? From there I started, my third eye opened massively, and I saw energy around me as pure energy, pure colour. So the whole room would light up, and I would feel the love again. And my life just shifted. I stopped drinking, just like that. I started to work on myself, found that I could do channel healing without being attuned to anything. But I was really, really frightened, because I thought, who am I? What am I? Where am I? And I found that I had nobody to speak to. I was so overwhelmed at how I was seeing everything. It did actually become quite overwhelming. So I would go to bed at night and lie down, and I'd close my eyes and I couldn't sleep because it was so bright. And sensations in my hair and sensations all over my body. And it was really quite frightening at the time, and I didn't know where to go, and traditional mediums didn't seem to understand. And so, it was difficult at the time. At first, as I say, I couldn't quite understand what was happening to me, and I wanted to shout out to everybody, look what's happening, it's real, look, there really is something out there. And I kind of forgot everything that I'd ever experienced when I was a young child as well, and because as I said, I'd already seen clairvoyantly, but I'd lost that feeling of the love. And when this feeling came back to me, my first thought was, it's all going to be okay, everything's going to be okay. And when I was changing as a person, it was actually really, really hard, because my husband, for example, had a certain expectation of me. Jane used to go out, she used to be the party girl, she used to drink, all of this and what have you. And he couldn't understand, and my children couldn't understand why I'd had this radical change, And at first I wanted to tell everybody, this room's turning gold, and I can see this behind you, and I feel the love, and this isn't right, this shouldn't be happening, why is this happening? And I felt all this confusion, and I felt that for a long time. And I also, when I felt at the time as well, is I felt like I needed to put a label onto what was happening to me. I needed to know, okay, so if this is happening to me, why is it happening? Why, what am I here to do? Tell me what I'm here to do. And it was almost like I was left in a bit of a void. I didn't know why this was happening. I still hadn't found my place. And I think for me, it had to be that way. It had to be that way for me to grow in strength and just acceptance, and almost not know, in a sense, at the time who these beings were that were around me, but learn to trust. I cannot tell you how much my life has changed. It actually makes me I feel quite emotional when I think about it, because from someone that's been in the depths of darkness to suddenly quite literally have found the light, it's the most wonderful thing in the world. I mean, there is nothing that is better. I mean, it's changed my perceptions on absolutely everything, and I know without a doubt that I'm here to help others when they first awake. That is where my role sits, and as a healer and a clinical hypnotherapist, I can combine that. It's really funny, because people will come to me for clinical hypnotherapy to stop smoking, and then it turns out they're having this massive spiritual awakening. I had a client the other day that said to me, "Oh, Jane, that healing you do, I think I'll have some of that." And and people are coming, and they're waking up in their droves at the moment, and they're not sure what's happening to them, and they need somebody to kind of give them a little bit of a guidance and put them on the right path. And obviously, as we're evolving, we're constantly changing our teachers, as we all do, and so to stay with me for a while until they then go up to the next teacher that can help them with the next level. So I feel that my role is definitely at that entry level, if you like, of once they're first awake, for me to help guide them. And I do that through my energy healing. I've since gone on and trained to be an Angelic Reiki master, and I am also a precious wisdom practitioner. And obviously healing, as we know, is healing through words, through my hypnotherapy as well, and the NLP practitioner work that I do as well. Yeah, so it's changed my life beyond measure, because obviously we're living in a time now where it's hard, and it's a dense energy that we're living in, and to come to a place where you can almost put yourself into a neutral gear and almost distant view, in a way, what's going on around you without buying into the drama, without falling into the trap of fear. That's the gift it's given me, and to be able to know that we're not alone, to know that there are so many beautiful beings that are working with us at the moment. It's absolutely a joy. It's a joy to be doing what I'm doing. It really is. The way I see energy, I will look at somebody and different parts of their body will light up so they will turn green, or they will turn pink or whatever. A room, when these beautiful beings come in, the whole room will turn gold or pink. And so I see the spectrum of colours. And accompanying that, I will feel the energy as it comes in. I think I see in the way that I do, because I think we all see in slightly differently, and I think we all see in a way that's natural to us. If somebody perceives angels as beings with wings, then they will usually see an angel with wings. And although I've come from a Catholic background and obviously do perceive angels with wings, for me, there was a little bit of a fear around an angel suddenly appearing like this with great big wings. So I feel that I'm shown the energy in the way that I am, because it's comfortable for me. And so quite often I'll sit there and I will feel an energy come in, and my whole body will change colour as well. So I will turn gold or I will turn green. But accompanying those colours will be the most incredible, depending on who is with me. And I don't always know who is with me, by the way. That's been another part of my journey. Through Angelic Reiki, I've been able to recognise a lot of the energies as and when they come in. But part of my journey is, again, that trust of knowing that I was working with the highest and purest energies. But it wasn't essential for me to name them and understand and have an understanding of who was with me. Because although I do hear, clairaudience is not currently one of my strongest gifts. So it's been building that trust, and I spend a lot of my time in bliss. And in answer to your question, yes, I absolutely do believe that that there are many others that see in the same way. I know of at least 2 or 3, my own brother and my mum, and there must be absolutely loads of people that see like that. When this awakening first happened to me, I actually thought, well, you saw before, why didn't you listen? I truly believe in divine timing, and maybe there was a sense of I wasn't quite ready to wake up and grow into the person that I've become now. But I do believe that what I went through absolutely has given me the compassion and the empathy to be able to work with a lot of the clients that are coming through to me now. I mean, I see a lot of people with addictions. I see, especially, I've got an absolute love for working with people with depression, people that are very stressed. And of course, we've already said that the energies on Earth at the moment are very dense, and a lot of people are very confused, and they are falling into that depression, and they're not, they're feeling the energy, they don't realise what they're feeling, and that's where I'm stepping in, and I'm really feeling that it's where I belong, it's where my soul knows, it's where I feel comfortable. It's where I feel comfortable helping people that are just in the depths, that are just starting to find that light and realising, actually, yeah, there is something else out there. I think the biggest bit of advice I can give anybody, and it's very hard when you are in that place, is to just be kind to yourself. To be kind to yourself and show yourself as much compassion as you can. It is easier said than done. I think the biggest thing, again, is forgiveness. When we do things, forgiveness of self, I believe it goes against all the conditioning that we've ever grown up with. We've always been told we must look out for, we must put our neighbour before ourselves, and yes, we do. in one level, but another level, we need to look, everything starts from here, everything starts from within here. And if we're beating ourselves up, and if we're not showing ourselves love, then we're not able to function. I actually was shown a vision by my guides the other day, and I think it kind of sums up everything really. So they showed me a jellyfish, and imagine the tentacles underneath the jellyfish. And so if we think of the body of the jellyfish as being source, as being the ultimate being, God, whoever you want to say, and the tentacles as being us, they showed me the tentacles that are just there limp, or those that are thrashing around like this, are the ones that have become disconnected through their hearts back to source. And those that have that connection, it's like the blood has started to flow, and the tentacle is able to do what it came here to do, what it's supposed to be. I know it's a bit of a funny vision, but that's just me. That's what I was shown. So those that are in the darkest place, if I could say anything to them, it would be to forgive yourself. Anything that's happened in the past is in the past. We can't change it. Tomorrow hasn't happened yet, so just try and be in the moment as much as you can. And I feel quite emotional when I'm talking, really, because it is hard, because when you're in that darkness, it's like you're so down there, you can't find your way out. But if you can just try and be in the moment and try and find a compassion for yourself. And we can do this by many, many ways. I mean, one of the ways that I teach to try and find that compassion can be simply with affirmations. You have to start somewhere, so start with affirmations. So, I am love, I am love, I am peace, I am calm. And when you first start saying affirmations, it all sounds a bit silly, and you feel silly, but eventually, that can start to filter in, because actually going to the clinical hypnotherapy here and the NLP, we actually do have neural tubal pathways in our brain. And if we are constantly telling ourselves that, I'm down, I'm depressed, or, and we're keeping ourselves in that dark place, then actually physically with our neural tubal pathways, we are at one level, but also spiritually, obviously, we're putting it out there to the universe that we are. Easier said than done when you are so low. So everything starts with self-love. Everything comes to self-love, and obviously I'm not talking about the love when we're looking in the mirror and thinking that we look gorgeous, but it's that love, that real compassion that we might have for a really good friend or a child, and to give yourself a break. Don't beat yourself up when we make mistakes, because, although we are already divinely perfect, we do make mistakes. But any mistake that we make will help us in our growth. Going back to what I was saying before, it's where I am now is as a result of everything that I've ever been through. And I bless what I've been through now, because it's made me into the person that I am today. And we're constantly growing and constantly evolving, and so we don't suddenly just get there and say, oh, I'm here. It's like peeling an onion. There's always another layer, another layer, another layer. But to have that compassion and trust and also patience. Have patience with yourself, I think, as well. I don't know why it happened to me like it did, and why I heard that voice in the way that it did. And so in many respects, I do quite often think, well, that was happened to you. If you hadn't ever heard that voice, Jane, where would you be now today? I don't know the answer to that. But it's I'm so blessed it did happen like that, and I want to be able to do what I can at whatever level to help show people that, again, they don't have to live in the way that they are. They don't have to be in that dark place, that there is light, there is an option, but it starts here. It starts from within. You know, we can't find happiness in buying the next beautiful dress, in having that next bigger house, we're not going to find happiness externally ever, because we'll always be looking. True happiness and peace will come from within, and it's there. It's already there within us now. It's just going within and trying to find that. And as I say, it's a constant journey of learning and evolving every single day. So for my hypnotherapy and NLP practitioner work, I have a website called janemariealexander.com, and for my spiritual work, my healing and channeling and help teaching, spiritual teaching, that is angelichealing.co.uk.